Good morning. Welcome to First Local for Tuesday, December the 8th, as we are one day closer to Santa Claus coming through our chimneys.
Oh yeah, Santa.
Yeah, Santa. You know, that thing connected to the Christmas tree
that was a nice fade-in that Mike just did there, eh?
Yeah, I like that, eh? Get to see a Christmas tree first, and then us.
Apparently red's my color too today, right?
Yeah, apparently.
I had lipstick on my ear just before we started the show. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you were doing your lipstick.
I don't know what I was doing. Why do I have lipstick on my ear?
Were you doing like Joker style, like Heath Ledger?
He goes, oh my God, you're bleeding. No, it's red lipstick.
I thought you were bleeding at first, but yeah, no, just lipstick.
Yeah, when I was shaving this morning, I caught my ear.
You cut your ear with a shaving this morning. A bunch of things going on.
Yeah, lots of city council stuff.
Yes, we have all kinds of stuff for you today. Council happened last night. They passed the budget. Got a bunch of different things to chat about there, including a big about turn on the McMeekin Arena.
Yeah.
Quite a turn on that one, so we'll get to that just shortly. Also want to remind you about the Goulet Fire 50/50 draw. Go to our website, click on the Goulet Fire banner to go through and buy tickets there. Find out where you can buy the tickets. Also, the Festival of Trees is still going on for the Lung Health Foundation. That's their fundraiser. The only part that's still left for that is the 50/50 draw, and you can get your tickets at festivalraffle.ca for that. Also, thank you to KC Securities for your sponsorship, and Carmen for the beautiful, Wireless Com. That's the owner. Wireless Com for those beautiful pics we get to see of the waterfront each morning. Okay, got through all that.
Wow.
Now I can breathe.
Brother,
Your turn.
Breathe.
Your turn.
Well, I got nothing. You just summed it all up, didn't you? Okay, end of show. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we're done.
No, we've got a bunch of stories today. Like yesterday, in particular, there was police presence in Edinburgh Street. They had a standoff there for a while. They did, I believe, they did to get him into custody. So the police had presence in the area, and they were urging people to stay away from Edinburgh Street, North Street, and Wellington Street. They conducted the investigation. We're following that quite closely. That was one of Dan Gray's stories yesterday that he broke.
Dan was down there in person.
Yeah, he broke that story.
Telephoto lens.
It was awesome, and we even had some nice raw sound on our newscast last night of that. So there's some images there from yesterday's standoff.
They had the Batmobile there.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. No, they're real.
Yeah,
Batmobile.
there it is. Speak of the devil. So we'll have more details of that. And way to go, Dan. Awesome job.
Another story we got first here at online and on TV.
I know,
Fantastic
that's a
job
big
there,
sport.
Dan. But yeah, it was interesting. Even PUC was down there and they cut the power to the building, all kinds of
stuff. Really?
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. So.
Action in the city.
Yeah, vaccines. Yesterday there was obviously a lot of talk about that. We'll get to that in a sec. Yeah. But today Doug Ford is going to be on.
Oh, yeah.
But he's touring where they're going to be storing the vaccine. Because this vaccine that we're getting apparently has to be stored at like Antarctic temperatures.
Minus 70 degrees
Minus
Celsius.
70. Okay, wow. That is cold.
Celsius, yeah.
You definitely don't
that is cold. You're right. That's damn cold.
Don't want to forget your winter hat on that day. But we will have that for you at 1. They're touring the facility. Christine Alley, who's Minister of Health, and Deputy Premier will be there. So will Solicitor General Sylvia Jones and Rick Hellier, the General who has since retired from the military, who's leading our distribution task force. And they are... they're at the research facility at the University Health Network, and they're going to be showing the type of equipment needed to store the vaccine at such a low temperature.
The transportation of that, we discussed it a little bit yesterday.
It's not a normal, like, chilled 18-wheeler that you would distribute this in.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot. And then how do you know it's maintained that temperature?
The whole time. Yeah. It apparently can't go above it at all, or it just becomes useless. Might as well inject yourself in the water. And also the vaccine that's coming, we'll have a bit about it as well later on. Apparently need 2 doses of it, not 1.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and so we actually need twice as many doses as they're saying, like shots that we need then.
But we do have enough for a couple million people, I do believe, but with 2 doses each, and then we still have an opportunity to get 56 million more. We can get more into that later. But
speaking of big numbers. McMeekin, 5 weeks ago.
Just a little bit of big number
when
there,
council met, they ended up not voting on it because it wouldn't have actually passed at the time because it was kind of split 50-50. The mayor would have been the deciding vote on that, and so they pushed it to the budget. And
look at that, it needs to be redone. Sorry to cut you off, but oh my God.
It's only sent 70 people to the hospital with carbon monoxide poisoning at the same time.
It's so cold in that rink too.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
And so like 5 weeks ago, I believe the top line number for how expensive it was going to be around 26.7 million on the high end.
Yeah.
They approved 30 million last night. So in 5 weeks, they went from basically a split council to an 8-3 decision for McMeekin Arena, and they are yeah, they're putting out to RFP process, like the tendering process, where they get a request for proposal. The construction companies will come back with what they think it will cost. Basically, the only ones who are still against it was Councillor Christian, Nero, and Hollingsworth. Gardy had flipped back to being for it after he was against it.
Yeah.
So did Bruni. I mean, this is a fantastic quote. Actually, this is hilarious. This is from Councillor Bruni. He went from, "This is an exciting time to have a twin pad built. I don't think it's the right time to have this built." Okay, that was 5 weeks ago.
And I thought it was a grammar error somewhere along there. I'm like, wait, what am I missing? A semicolon or something?
Yeah. And then to what he said last night, which was, "I believe we're in excellent shape to take on the long-term debt. The time is right." So he went from "don't think it's the right time" to "the time is right." He basically just rearranged the sentence and took the "don't" out. So in 5 weeks, he went from "no, we're not going to spend 26.7" to now, "yeah, I'm fine with 30 million."
Well, hey, whoever worked on him as a swing vote did a damn good job to convince him.
And then the weird thing, which is Mayor Provenzano is now on the fence. He's now said if it costs more than 30 million in the RFP, he's not going to vote for it, which would then make the vote 6-4, so someone else would have to, or sorry, 7-4. So they need a couple more people to flip to the no.
Well, they should get that.
But yeah, this has obviously been a very hotly contested issue.
Oh, for sure.
They debated this for 90 minutes. The last time they debated it for 90 minutes as well, 5 weeks ago. So
see, the thing is, though, you know that something. Sorry to cut you off, but an RFP comes in for 30 million. Yeah, hey, the job's gonna be done for 30 million. Look at the Civic Center. Things go over budget, so I hope they keep that in mind too.
And it goes over time. About 20% over budget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it would be great for the community to have that McMeekin Center rebuilt, and especially right next to the indoor soccer there. It's really a nice facility that's there.
Yep.
But we should move on to Justin Trudeau for a little bit.
Oh,
getting kind of sick of Justin Trudeau. Yeah, I know. Anyway, that's my personal opinion that we don't need to hear right now. We need to hear about the vaccines, which is a great thing. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says up to 249,000 doses of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine will arrive in Canada on Canadian soil by the end of the month. Health Canada is set to approve the vaccine from the American-based pharmaceutical company Pfizer and its German counterpart, I believe, is BioNTech. So yeah, Canada's set to receive 4 million doses. I said 2, my apologies, by March. And again, like you said, it's 2 doses that you need. But that still means that they have 56 million more should they require it in the second quarter, I believe.
So. And then there's the Moderna one as well.
The Moderna is coming up as well.
Yeah, so we will have 2 different vaccines.
Yeah, so I know there was a hotly contested issue between the provinces and the federal government, the provincial and federal, saying, you know, why are we waiting so long to get the vaccine here in Canada? But hey, it's here next week, so and it will be applied to I believe long-term care and those who are taking care of the elderly and anybody in those more vulnerable positions, right? Which makes sense.
Yeah, and the that 56 million actually is enough doses for 23 million people because of the double dose there, plus the 2 million. So that takes us around 25 million of 37 million in Canada that would be able to get the dose of the Pfizer one, plus there's the Moderna one coming as well. So
that's good. I mean, I think the government's done very well. So
and they're doing the best they can with this. I mean, this is the fastest vaccines ever has happened, like in terms of turnaround. So. Okay, now we're to the American side. The Attorney General, Dana Nessel, wants to warn everybody about COVID-19 scams, including
We talked about this before, I think,
yes, they are warning again, because apparently there's a lot of scams going on in Michigan right now.
Okay.
So she's coordinated this with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services to warn about COVID-19 related scams. She said, scammers are lurking under every rock and behind every corner, waiting to take advantage of unsuspecting people. Some of these scams include vaccines, even though there's no vaccine yet that's actually approved and being used other than the one in the UK, which is the Pfizer one. There are treatments, but you can only get them in the hospital to lessen your symptoms and things like that, but there's no, so you can't just, order it from an online store. The test kits...
Amazon.
Amazon doesn't have a COVID-19 treatment section yet.
I was just going to say yet.
Maybe by the time there is. And then test kits as well for testing yourself at home. There aren't any home test kits, period. And also, they call and say, would you like to participate in a clinical trial? And it'll cost $100 for you to participate, that type of thing. You don't have to pay to participate in any clinical trials, and you're the one that has to go and ask to be part of a trial. No, the government's not going to come to you and ask. So beware of anything to do with COVID-19.
Be wary.
With scams. And that's the same here in Canada as well. There's scams floating around here as well. So.
Yeah, I remember back in March and April we were talking about that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like when when you get that phone call, it's we're coming to arrest you because you haven't paid your taxes. I don't know, you know.
The social insurance number thing.
Press 1 if you need to speak with an officer because they're coming to arrest you.
Right, 4 p.m.
That was one time I said, oh sure, and hello, my name is Colette, I work for a media outlet and I'd love to talk to you. And I heard, anyway,
that happens a lot when you say you're from a media outlet.
Yeah, they don't like you. No.
It's weird.
Moving along to the Auditor General's report yesterday, which was a really hot conversation for government geeks like you and I. We like this kind of stuff, right?
So you're going to like it now.
Yes, I love it. Yes. So, well, Ford's not too happy with her. He's saying, you know what, stick to your job title. It's pretty much what he told her. Yeah, stay in your lane, lady.
Pretty much what he said,
Yeah, absolutely. But yesterday she highlights concerns over slow expansion of virtual healthcare services, which is another topic we just recently spoke about, which I think is actually, a great idea, but we need to talk about
that more. Here in the Sault, because there's a couple virtual clinics.
The one on the corner here at Second Line and Great Northern Road, it's a PharmaSafe. Go there. We're going to have some more stuff on them later, but the virtual doctors there, I went in and refilled a prescription, not having a family doctor here, had it within the hour.
Yeah, and there's both the IDAs have walk-in virtual clinics too, where you talk to a doctor virtually.
It's really cool. We went to this facility. Unfortunately, there was no nurse there to do triage for the virtual doctor. So, you know what? Lots of cool things happening too, but we are going to get onto that topic another time. But anyway, so she's saying that it's not happening fast enough, which I guess she has a point if we can't find a nurse over here and doctors too.
But they have been a little busy in the healthcare sector with COVID.
Oh yeah, what's that thing going on in the world? Yeah, the COVID-19. Ontario's...
not to make excuses, but I'm just saying.
I could not get that out of my mouth. Did you hear that? I was like, Ontario's retirement homes having increased numbers of residents who should be in long-term care facilities. That's another contested issue.
I have someone in my family that's in a retirement home that should be in a long-term care home. And they've added as many services as they possibly can to her to make it as much a long-term care home services as possible. We have to pay for all the extra stuff there. But it's still not the same as being in a long-term care home.
These are good concerns that the Auditor General has pulled out.
Oh, it's a very big concern. The waiting list is years where my parents...
Really, yeah?
Or sorry, where my Nana is, my dad.
Well, and the other thing is gaming, alcohol, and cannabis regulatory... Oh my gosh! Must be the lipstick on the ear. It's affecting me. Lacking transparency. I mean, lack of transparency is a government issue from the
across the
municipal, provincial to federal. But so
can anyone say we charity?
So those were an awesome report that she let out yesterday. We have an in detailed article on SaultOnline.com that I encourage you to go read more about. But good stuff that she's pulled out of there. But Ford, stay in your lane, lady, is what he said to her.
Yes, and just quickly going back to Michigan, their emergency orders about. Basically, they shut down a lot of stuff. I'll explain what they shut down in a sec. But it's been extended for another 12 days. The reason being is they want to see the bump they get from people traveling around on Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. So basically, that would be things are going to stay limited the way they are right now. You can only see people from one other household in your social circle. They don't call it social circle in America, but they just call it households. Then bars and restaurants are to remain closed for dine-in service. However, outdoor dining is still available. Really? Carry out and delivery.
Tell us how you really think.
I'm not sure I want to be outdoor dining right now. Gyms are open for individual exercise with mandatory masking and additional strict safety measures. Casinos, movie theaters, and group exercise classes will remain closed. Professional and college sports can continue as long as they meet a very strict guidelines. So for the time being, like the Lakers hockey can continue, Michigan State, Michigan, Central Michigan, all of them can keep playing their games, assuming that they adhere to this very, very strict risk mitigation.
I can talk into that in sports section a little bit more about what the hockey are doing, but it's crazy. But we are going to go look and see what outside looks like. What do you think?
Wireless Comm.
Wirelesscomm.ca. Thanks for your sponsorship, and thanks to Casey's sponsorship, Casey's security sponsorship for our show today too. So there we are, the great city of the Sault Ste. Marie, with two people who aren't from the Sault, who probably don't even know where that is right now. Where were you?
Isn't that the Algoma Public?
This is on Bay Street.
That's the
Yes.
public school head office there, right?
East and Wellington.
East and Wellington, our
I said
producer's
Bay.
telling
Oh
us,
my
yeah.
God, Colette. That's smart.
But as you can see, there's a little smoke
Yeah,
there.
I was like, what is going on?
Which is coming from the building, which makes me
Someone
want
on
to
a
not...
cigarette break out there?
Yeah, like is somebody on top of that camera having a smoke break?
Well, we're about to take a break. Whether you want to
Yeah.
go have a cigarette or not is your choice, but
Yes.
we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Aiden, get dressed. Buddy, no. Almost there. Lift your leg. Yeah. Aiden, get dressed.
For someone with MS, living in a body that doesn't listen to you some days
Get dressed.
can be an act of greatness.
On behalf of the staff and volunteers from the Canadian Bushplane Heritage Centre, happy holidays! Merry Christmas!
When it comes to peace of mind, think KC Security Services, a locally owned and operated security service. Voted the best security company in Sault Ste. Marie. We specialize in mobile patrols and alarm responses. At KC Security, we also offer stationary guard services for commercial and residential properties, events, and more. Available 24 hours per day, 365 days a year.
KC Security Services, where peace of mind is a matter of choice, your one-stop shop for all your security needs.
And welcome back to First Local Mornings for Tuesday, December the 8th. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thank you, KC Security, for your sponsorship. Thank you to Goulet Fire for your sponsorship as well. Make sure you check out their 50/50 draw, as well as the Festival Trees, which is the fundraiser for the Lung Health Foundation.
Okay, the other day.
Raffle.ca. There
Sorry.
we go.
The other
Okay.
day, you said, if this job doesn't pan out, what are you going to go do?
Auctioneer.
Hey,
Yep. Auctioneer.
Who's got it then?
I'm getting it
You're
down.
doing it really well.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
the Goulet 50/50 draw. Da, da, da.
Yeah. Soon we'll have 71 sponsors and I'll get through it in 30 seconds. Okay, moving along. Two good mornings. Good morning to Vanya, Nicole, Margaret, Dan, and Dom. Good morning to you all, as well as to Steve, Evelyn, Colette, that's not this one, and
Aw.
Juliana. So,
Is it spelled the same way too?
yes, it is.
Good morning,
So
Colette.
there's another Colette out there
Yes,
watching the
yay.
show and liking
Well, good morning
it.
to everyone,
Wow.
but hello, Colette too.
Yes. Okay.
All right, what else are we doing? We have
weather.
technical difficulties with weather.
Yes.
Okay, and obviously with me today talking and lipstick on my ear. We don't have weather today.
We don't have weather.
We'll have a 7-day forecast and we'll talk about that. But
We
we
will get
will
that
have the
into the news later
full
on.
weather tomorrow
Yes.
for you, and we'll make it extra special. And today's December the 8th, and Craig did call a winter storm at this date, remember?
Yes,
and
he
you
did.
said, how can Craig know what's going to happen December 8th? Well, Craig, I don't see a storm.
Yeah, I don't see any storm, Craig. Wrong.
What else we got for
Alrighty.
news?
Council last night approved the
Oh, yeah, let's
2021
talk about it.
budget. So we've got a bunch of things to talk about here. It was
I feel like
over
we need
a
to
4-hour
stretch.
meeting.
We need to
Yes.
stretch before we do this.
This
Okay.
is interesting because they
Okay.
originally thought it was going to be an 8-hour meeting and it was only just over 4 hours, so they cut it in half, the meeting. They also cut down the amount of money that the levy is going up next year. It was supposed to go up 2.12%. They cut it down to 1.57%. And it was the mayor that found the biggest cash savings there. That. So congratulations, Provenzano. So what he suggested was take $500,000 from winter control services because they've never used the full amount the last 5 years that was allotted to them. However, there's also a reserve in place. So let's say we have a really bad winter, we can just get slammed.
That's what.
Yeah. We're fine. We do have a reserve that we can pull that $500,000 from if we need to. They took away $90,000 from student employment, and the 1% increase of capital reserves was also removed. Not sure if that reserve is, well, that reserve is not connected to the snow removal.
No,
however, that capital reserve is probably, part of that was meant to probably maybe go towards McMeekin.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's a capital project.
So you got it.
They approved McMeekin for more money than it was 5 weeks ago and then took 1% away from their capital reserves.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, and then Provenzano said in meeting that I hope the community can see a real effort by councillors and staff to provide the services we are expected to provide. At the same time, being sensitive to the cost of those services, I want to thank everybody for their participation.
Well, listen, I will say I've been involved with many budget meetings along the way, working with my old job, but it is not easy. And you have those days where you're sitting in that room for good all day, and you're ready. By the end of the day, you want it like, and you're scrimping and scraping. So I do appreciate council sitting and doing that and sharpening their pencils and going down and shaving off some numbers. So that's great.
Yep.
I also just wanted to point out that they did add in an electrician's apprenticeship for the city, which is great because I feel that apprenticeships are the way to go. And and they did make other budget changes as well.
Concrete crushing company. Not sure why we are using one.
I saw that. Yeah,
it's interesting.
Concrete's way more money than asphalt, so I guess it does last longer, but
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe that's for sidewalks or something.
Sidewalks, I guess so. Repairs.
Maybe.
And the winter reserve, I will say, with the city, they do a great job with their winter maintenance in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely. So they know what they're talking about there when it comes for budgeting, and I'm surprised that they actually don't use all of their money there.
Yeah.
That's sitting
they probably really budget high on that. I know that when there was the financial audit thing, like way before COVID happened, that accounting firm did from Sudbury, they talked about how our snow budget removal is way higher than almost any other comparable city.
Yeah.
And it's because we get so much more snow here, even than like what they get in Sudbury and North Bay and Timmins. They were comparing them, all the different cities in Northern Ontario.
Yeah.
And our budget was the highest. However, we also get more snow than all those other cities.
Right.
So that's why our budget was higher. That was one thing they kind of pointed out, and then everybody, the councillors and mayor were like, yeah, but we get like 2.5 to 3 feet more feet of snow every year than any of those cities that you mentioned. Hence the reason our budget for that is so high to begin with.
Sure.
And even in that report, they still weren't using the full amount. So,
well, like I said, good job on I'm sitting there and changing the numbers to help the community. Okay, off to sports. Quickly, I just want to start. So yesterday I got this email saying that there's new summer sports added to the Olympics. Break dancing, surfing. What else do we have here? Actually, let's not even bother.
Where is it taking place?
I can see surfing.
I see surfing as a sport.
Tokyo.
Absolutely.
Skateboarding, sport climbing, also sticking around after scheduled Tokyo debuts. So Austrian breakdance. There's a breakdancing.
Interesting.
I'm so watching that. I think that would be so cool. I really would.
I think the surfing could be kind of cool.
The surfing, I think, is definitely an Olympic sport. Have you ever watched?
You seen some of the waves those people ride?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be like, no.
That's definitely a sport for sure.
I'll be up high on a rock somewhere as that one's coming in.
And not to say that breakdancing isn't a sport, but
no, it's just not something you would think as an Olympic sport.
Right?
Yeah,
Anyway, whatever. We're watching it for sure.
I mean, it's kind of like rhythmic gymnastics, I guess. Maybe.
Oh my God! Did he just say that? Does he not? I'm a 5-time national champion for that.
Yeah.
We'll talk later. So last night, you're cut off right now for saying that.
Monday
Night Football last night, there was 2 games. The Washington Redskins took away the perfect season for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they did. The Washington won 23 to the Steelers 17.
That must hurt because the Washington team is crap this year.
Absolutely.
Even I know that, and I don't even follow sports.
So yeah, Washington, way to go, Washington! You edged the Pittsburgh. I was gonna say the Penguins. Oh, I want hockey to start. Pittsburgh Steelers And the second Monday nighter was the Buffalo Bills. Once upon a time, I was a very, very big Bills fan. They beat San Francisco 49ers 34-24. So that was your double Monday nighter. And again, we had 2 Monday nighters because of the domino effect when we had to cancel one from the after Thanksgiving game and make that up. So yeah, I guess the highlight of the night is that Pittsburgh is now.
Bills are 9-3.
Bills are, yes.
When was the last time they won 9 games?
I don't know. Maybe it was
season?
my man Jim Kelly.
Wow.
But we'll have more news and sports and Colette and Chris after this commercial break.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
It's Debbie from Equipment World, just wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All the best to you and yours this holiday season.
Merry Christmas!
Welcome back to the Tuesday, December 8th version of First Local with Chris and Colette. Thank you to Casey Security for your sponsorship. Quickly, wanted to mention that the NOJHL has released some more games. There's 8 more games, so that's great for the Sault Thunderbirds. There will be a pair of 4-game matchup against the Thunderbirds, Espanola Express, Blind River Beavers, and Rayside Balfour Canadians. All those games are going to be streaming on hockeytv.com, and we'll have more information on the exact dates of those once we receive them. But they are taking their time releasing them to COVID and precautions. And I did want to say, they're not doing, I don't know, I have got to look into this a little bit more, but I know in other hockey, they're not doing face-offs. They're giving the puck to start at one end. So there's a lot of changes going on.
Wow.
No hitting and so forth. So a lot of games. The game has changed drastically. And over to you, my friend, for the holiday picks.
Yes, we got 2 holiday picks today.
Plural.
So here we go. This is the first one here. This is from Holly DeVoe.
Nice.
As you can see, she is decorating the entire room.
That's nice.
She's got stuff over the windows, got her tree in there.
It's very family oriented Christmas home there.
Red over in the corner there, they got their fireplace
so
as
pretty.
well.
I like the little DeVoe Christmas at the bottom. Okay, what do we have next?
So,
What's
and
next?
then also Amanda Della Vedova, and this is her son there, discovering a Christmas tree for his first time.
Hand in his shirt.
He's like, oh, there's a pine cone.
Chris is so good with children.
I'm so good with kids. On TV contests at gmail.com. Send your holiday photos in there. We're getting a lot of them, so we've had to double up now. We're doing 2 photos a day. We're getting so many photos in, so please keep sending them in. Not only does your photo appear here on First Morning, local mornings. Neither one of us can talk today, and it's a talk show. Fantastic. It also shows up on our website as well, so you can then share your photo to all your friends and stuff on Facebook and social media and stuff. Alrighty.
Take it away. We only have like 15 seconds
we
left.
do. Okay.
Just smile and nod.
Sponsored by Ghoulie Fire's 50/50 draw. Make sure you check that out. Festival of Trees, festivalraffle.ca for your 50/50 draw tickets there. Also to Casey Security. And we will see you back here at 1 o'clock touring the vaccine research facility with Colette and Doug Ford. Have a fantastic morning.
Way to go, Auction Chris. Have a great day.